Hey, this is Nem. We're gonna go through the second fight. It's not a full complete guide or anything like that. It's not gonna be the perfect, but it's gonna teach you what you need to know quick and dirty, except it's gonna be a long video because of explanations. You'll get a better guide from other people like Hector and stuff sooner, I'm sure, but what we're going to focus more on is playing Black Mage in the fight to at least get you across the finish line. Now, I did this in on my alt. He's got budget gear, really bad melds. You know what I mean? Like very budget, and using old food and old pots. And well, grade one gem drop pots, so not the newest, but close. And then old food is the vegetable soup as well. So older food, not the new stuff, and older pots. And this is just how we got our clear. Let me just find our pull time here. I should have done that, before, but that's okay. It would have been somewhere in here. Okay, we're almost there. Almost, kind of, sort of, maybe. I guess it was here. Is it here? Okay, so let's go through this. So on pole as Black Mage, well, and as anyone really, you got to remember that we're going to do colored pairs. It just makes it easy. It might not be the best, but it's simple. And remember, when you're PFing, what is the strategy? It's to keep it simple, even with a static. Like, avoid possibility for human error, avoid possibility for having to overthink or solve multiple problems at the same time. That's really how you pick your strats. And so this might not be the best, but it does check those boxes for a lot of things. We're going to do colored pairs. So we all have a clock spot. Mine's 2. And then for pretty much everything in the fight, B and 2 is my color. So that's how I resolve almost everything. So we're going to do the classic Fire 3 Swift Cast, Amplifier, Fire 4 Ley Lines, Triple Cast, Fire 4 Potion Opener to get into our spot. I know that sounds like a lot. And then we're going to addle on top of that for this first AoE. And then we're going to do a lot of reserving triple casts to get through this fight. So we're going to do Despair, we're going to do Xenoglossy, Mana Font, and then we're going to start slow casting to get our Flare Star out, all in the pot window, because we're going to need our triple cast in a little while. So looks like we got Honey Beeline, and we got the partner stacks. Hold on, let's rewind because I always forget the name. It's Drop. So she cast Honey, or she cast what is it? Ugh, hold on, let's check. It's something Drop, right? Drop of Venom, right? Which means partner stacks. You can get Drop of Venom, or you can get the alternative is going to be Spread, right? Or a Splash. Splash of Venom, Drop of Venom. So Drop of Venom is going to be partner stacks, and Splash of Venom is Spread at the end of the mechanic. So in this case, we did get Drop of Venom, and then we got the line AoE, which means we need to stack with our partner after the line AoE. So I get out of my ley lines just to be safe. They got a damage down, and then we stack. So make sure you don't. The ley lines positioning here is pretty precise. Let me see if I can uh, get like a little bit of a better view. The markers make it a little tough. Okay, so if you look at the B marker, there's a like an octagon type shape right here. Okay. So that line AoE, you want to be like on the back end of that octagon. So if your ley lines are like here, it'll reach the in and the out mechanics. So that's my pro tip for you. I'm up here, so I don't have it very precise yet. I think ideally you would put it like here on this corner or something like that, or maybe like on this line would probably be good to get out. But this middle area, so that you can stand in the back, like put it right here on the front of the octagon, that's ideal. And you don't need to stand on your clock spot this early, so you can just do that no matter what. But anyway, Splash of Venom is going to be the next one. So we're going to have the in circle because we had the line first. And then this time with the in circle, we're going to have to move out and spread from our partner. So how that works is we go to the corner. Check this out. And sorry, I kind of lost track of my casts. We're going to use our swift cast here to get out and spread. And this is about the distance here. So I use like these lines. I go to the right of the line a little bit. And then I'm going to triple here because whenever the second pattern is this spread or this circle one, The tanks are going to have a tank buster next, so we need to get out of here so we can either ethereal manipulation to someone or we can triple cast. And so I think it's a good time for me to triple cast. So I triple cast my Fire 4s to get out of there. Now, my gear being budget melded means that we're going to have some spell speed issues with getting some of our stuff out on time and doing all the movements. So you'll see me use some Fire 4 procs in Fire or Fire 3 procs in Fire phase. That's not super ideal, right? You want to save that for like a transpose into fire instead of extended fire. But regardless, reapply your dot, do your normal rotation here, and we are going to save a triple cast for as long as we can, almost the entire fight, because there's some heavy movement, and at one point we're going to save 2 triple casts to do all the movement. And so you'll see that coming up. But we've got the first beat here. Now here's the strategy for Black Mage, and my party offered this to me without me asking. They are going to make it so that I get to 3 hearts, so that I don't have to stack. So your goal on Black Mage is to be a player that gets 3 hearts by soaking towers, so that you don't have to move to stack later. So keep that in mind. First, we're going to dodge this AoE combo. So there's center stage and there's out stage. Let's handle center stage first. Center stage is very simple. They put a X on the ground or a cross. Center stage means don't get hit by this cross AoE, but move in. I'm going to move over here just to show it, right? So we're in here, we're going to go in, and then no matter whether you start in or out during out stage, right? You're going to start out. This is center stage, so you start center. You're always going to move out and away first, right? So boom, out and away, then wait, and then we're going to rotate. And then you could think of it like after you rotate, you move in because the other pattern is going to be out, rotate in. This one is in, out, rotate. They're kind of reversed, but you really just need to watch for this cross AoE. So let's just watch it one more time because I kind of went over it quick. All right, so look at the line AoE. We're in line with it because we were in middle and we moved out. That's okay. All you got to do is remember that if you're in, you move out, then you rotate, right? So get out of the way because the line AoE persists. So you're like, oh, I don't want to get hit by that. And we're good to go. Okay. So we move back in. We're casting spells. Boss is casting Love Me Tender. It's going to be a weird mechanic coming up where no one can get above 3 hearts. Our job is to get 3 hearts. So we're going to run over to this one and say, get out of here. And they're like, oh, sorry, Mr. Black Mage. Didn't mean to step on your toes. We're going to reapply our dot. We're going to use that fire extension because we messed up our movement. And then we're going to grab another tower right here. And that's our 3 hearts. Now we can ignore everything and everyone while they do the rest of the towers, and they will also stack, right? Those players with 2 hearts will stack. But we aren't going to stack. We're going to sit in our ley lines, and we're going to cast fancy spells. So this is Love Seeker. We're going to save our triple cast for right now. Try not to use it here. And we're going to dodge hearts. And again, we're just trying to complete as many flare stars as possible here. That's really our goal. Keep our dot uptime, do flare stars. Let's make sure we don't overcap on Zenos, It's all the standard Black Mage stuff. Once our ley lines are gone, we're going to transpose Fire 3, move out of the way of these hearts. And now we have out stage combo because we had in stage last time. So we find the X, the gap, but instead of being in the gap, we're like out of the gap. You see what I'm saying? Casting a spell. We're going to use Thunder, Swift Cast, and Fire 4 to move out of the way. And then we've got to move in. We're golden. Finally, with our Paradox to extend our timer, Addle, because an AoE is coming up. And now we have 2 charges of triple cast. We've overcapped. Now there's a higher DPS way to do this. Once I have more spell speed, once I have like more BIS items, or even the crafted set, this will be a little bit cleaner. But for now, we're going to save those because we're going to do Mario Kart with our team. There's a better way to do it where Black Mage goes out on their own and everybody else has to like fend for themselves. It works really well. But in this party, they wanted to do Mario Kart and we were so ready to clear that I just bit the bullet, took one for the team, and saved the triple casts for this moment. So we are going to get on over here. We're transposing into Fire 3, casting a Fire 4, and we're getting ready to move to the left. And so these green lines shoot out AoEs, so the whole team is going to rotate around the arena. The triple casts are going to get that to happen. Check this out. So Fire 4, Paradox triple, Swift, Fire 4, Fire 4, fire 4. We are just moving with the team. We got a despair. We need to reapply our dot. Do we do it? We Zeno instead to not overcap. We flare star, triple, and mana font. We are still going. We need to replay that dot. There it is. So you can do this movement on Black Mage. It's just really awful. Yeah. So, we're here now. So we're going to paradox ley lines, get everything going. For second beat, it works a little bit differently. I'm going to show you a really cool Black Mage trick that you can do. So we started with 1 heart. 1 hearts go north. 0 hearts go south. 0 hearts south have to run around the boss, so you'll need to save some instant casts for that. A triple if possible. We don't have a triple. But 1 hearts is the way. Check this out. We're going to cast what spells we can. We realize that we are in the wrong spot. We're south. We need to be north. But you don't really need to be north. So we're going to swift cast Flare Star, and we're going to just run away from everyone and move our ley lines over here and just hang out by ourselves. And so how this works is the 1 hearts who are not doing the stacks, 2 of them get AoEs around them. If that happens, they just have to get out of the way. So if that goes on me, I'm already out of the way for everyone. I've just pre-planned it. But if I don't have an AoE, the DPS will take whatever tower is in the north and east quadrants, and a support with 1 heart that does not get a purple AoE around them will take whatever tower is south and west quadrants, okay? Check this out. I'm going to end up getting a personal AoE around me, which means I don't have to do anything. I'm just getting out of the way, and someone else can take this. You see what I'm saying? So there they go, and this DPS goes in there. Easy peasy. Oh, actually, that's a support, but don't worry about that. Normally, it would be a DPS. Don't think too hard about it. It's okay. All right, so here's the thing. This DPS check, if your group is just the average group and you have like budget gear, the DPS check can be tight if the boss gets any of their healing and damage buffs, which the boss gets healed and gets a damage buff if anybody exceeds these 4 hearts. So it's more about precision of the mechanics than anything else. You don't want to sacrifice getting hit by these mechanics. Now, real quick, the boss did cast Drop of Love or Drop of Venom. I'm not sure which one, but they're the same. I think it's Drop of Love here. So we're going to have the partner stack mechanic, but this time with hearts instead of poison blobs. And also we have a circle or a line AoE. So this is going to be partner stacks and move out after the in. So we're in, we move out, we see hearts now instead of blobs, and we're going to stack together. Unfortunately, my partner had 3 hearts already, so this sent them over the edge to 4, and the boss is going to get healed. Honeybee Lovely's HP is restored, and they do more damage now. So that is the thing you want to avoid. Just be extra careful about that. Finale AoE comes up. We're getting out our Flare Star, we're getting out our Zenos. We are just desperately trying to make movement happen, and now we have to get ready for the bees. The bees are here, everyone, and this mechanic kind of sucks to do on Black Mage. So first, you need to remember that it's going to be Splash of Venom, right, or Drop of Venom. It's going to be spread at the end of everything here. In this example, could be partners. We just did partners, so that's why we're getting Splash here. And DPS are going to look south, and supports are going to look north and handle this the same way. But it's alarm pheromones. So the bees spawn, and a random player gets a marker on their head. Right, so check this out. The monkey, he's got the orange. Everyone else is going to be in middle. These green lines spawn. He's got to drop a puddle out of middle. So what's he going to do? He's going to look south. I'm going to look south, right? And I'm going to see that he goes right here. So there's a bee here, but that bee doesn't have a green line yet. That's kind of his tell. Now that's southeast, so I don't know. I think he was supposed to go the other way, but it works out in any case. So he's going to drop that there. We're just casting, seeing if we get the marker next. So they go southwest this time. So I think, it's a little wonky, but it's fine. So they're going to drop theirs southwest to that bee that didn't have a green line, but now has a green line. I get mine next. So I say, okay, there's a line here, there's a line here. I'm probably going to go right next to him. Oops, sorry about that. So I'm going to come in here like a little baby boy, drop that in there. They saved room for me, and then come back. And let's look at the casts real quick on that. How do we accomplish that? So we just flare starred. We Zeno. Oh, we thundered. We Zenoed. No, we fire forward. Then we Zenoed. Then we Manifoned, and we're back. Okay, so that works. It's not super clean, but we're already kind of behind. Finally, after everyone's done this, we're going to have two roll-based stacks, so DPS just stands south. Right now it's diamond shaped, and then it's going to go square shaped. If it's square shaped, your DPS will go more towards this right side, and the supports will go towards their right side to make it a little bit more distance. But we just hang out. We're in the ley lines now. I might have just wasted an amplifier from what I can tell. I'm not sure, but that's okay. Just do the best you can. I definitely don't have this refined yet by any means. It's just cleared in PF. So, we have beeline, and remember it ends in splash, so we're going to spread. Our spread spot, since we're ranged, is all the way up here on this little honeycomb. So this honeycomb is our spread spot whenever it's line spread. And you'll see that it's healers in the back, melee, tanks, ranged. All right, so we're moving up. We're doing damage. We're getting towards the end of this fight. We're going to go to the third beat now, and the third beat is the hard one, I would say. Like third beat's the hard one. So how this works is that everyone gets a debuff. 45 seconds or 29 seconds. If you're 29 seconds, you're going to have a defamation, which means you see this giant red circle in the picture. Yeah, that's an AoE around you that's going to kill everyone around you when this expires. Okay, so the people who have 29 seconds will go out first, and then the people with 45 seconds will go out second. But there's a lot of other stuff we have to do in the meantime. So let's take a look. First, remember it ends in drop or spread, so it's going to be partner stacks at the end. Remember we are doing color partners, B and 2. We're casting fire fours, having a good time. And then we got outstage combo. So regardless of your buff, remember we have the long buff as DPS, but the supports have the short buff this time around. It could be the other way, but that's just how it happened this time. We're going to do outstage. So out, rotate in. All right, no matter what, out. Now, it's important to remember your color pair because if your buff is expiring, you need to end when your buff expires. You need to end on the color that is your team, but on the cardinal of it. And I'll show you that in a little while. For now, we're not going to worry about it. So we're going to go out. We got our triple going. We got our flare star. We got our despair. We have a wasted cast on Blizzard 3. We're moving in. And now we're going to stand in the middle because we have long buff. Now there's a bunch of towers on colors, right? So this is the blue colors over here. Technically it's near B, but these are blue colors, and this tower is definitely on just 2 and B. So this is the yellow tower. We're going to soak the yellow tower after the defamations, after the big AoEs go off. Check this out. So you just look for your color, and then you go. And I ran to this B marker just to make sure this guy was going to go to that tower. If he went to my tower instead, I would have taken his tower. But he went to his tower. I went to my tower. Everything worked out. The people on the outside are going to move into the middle now and not take any towers. Okay, so now we have the next combo. We had outstage first. Now we've got center stage. What does that mean? We're going to go in. Then we're going to move out. Then we're going to rotate. I'm going to go clockwise because I'm a 2. I'm going to go clockwise to make sure I end on B because our timer is going to expire. You need to end on the cardinal for your color pair. Check this out. Fire 3, Swift Cast, Fire 4, moving out, Xenoglossy, moving to the side, and we're just going to chill right here. Okay. The people in the middle are doing what we did already. We're just chilling here. That expires. We are done with third beat. Easy game for babies. Easiest game we ever played. Now we have a tempting twist. We had line AoE last time, so now we have circle. Remember, it ended in drop, so we need to end with our partner. Just like before, we're moving out. My partner and I are here. I'm casting Flare Star. Oh, we mana fonted and clipped, and we don't have Adol for this, but it is an AoE. Boom. Okay, ley lines. Let's go. We are almost done with this fight, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. As you can see, Phoebe says focus up. There's a tank buster. Nobody cares. And we are going to just wrap up this fight. It's a long one, guys. It's a long one. but we are almost there. We're going to addle. After the tank busters, I'm going to move my ley lines to our clock spot, and we're all going to go to our clock spots for the final mechanic, Rotten Heart. So this is where you pay for your sins, guys. If you gave this little heart buff, if you simped for the boss, and you're like, oh, ooh, Desakai, oh my god, you're so beautiful, right? And she got healed a bunch, you're not going to make the DPS check. It's not a tight DPS check, but if you fail mechanics, it is. And if you're wearing like a lot of budget gear like me, it can be a little tight. And if you just did a bad job. I did a pretty bad job on this fight, and I was wearing budget gear, budget food. So this DPS check was a little tight despite our samurai doing a ton of damage. So let's check out how this resolves. This is a familiar mechanic to many of you. When this AoE goes off, check this debuff down here. When this debuff hits 7 seconds, you need to touch another player that has the same timer as you. So if we look at our party list here, I have 43, this person has a minute, 11, 27, and then the other team has the same timers but a different color, beta instead of alpha, right? 1 minute, 11 seconds, 43, 27. You don't need to know this. Like I didn't even look at this doing this fight. You don't need to know that. All you need to know is that there is a partner for you somewhere in the group, and they are going to move into the middle of the boss around 7 seconds. And if you also go there at 7 seconds and kiss each other, like mwah, right? Both your AoEs expire and AoE damage, or I'm sorry, both your debuffs expire, and it does raid-wide damage to the group. So we're in a controlled manner. Around 7 seconds, the healers are going to make sure everyone's topped off in between every raid-wide. Every pair of players is going to go kiss, and that's going to resolve the mechanics. At the same time, we're trying to kill this boss. Do damage, right? Because if you kill the boss, you win the fight. So we're just waiting. I'm at 35. I've got so much time. Meanwhile, other people, you're right, they don't have so much time. So you'll see them move in and out around 7 seconds. We're just doing our rotation. We're trying to bust out damage here, using our triples and using potions, right? We have a potion coming up, our third potion out in like 10 seconds. Lily Bell is down for healers. Take note. And she's just going to keep casting AoEs. And here we are at 8. We're at 7. We're going to move in. 6, 5. We touched at 5. That was perfect. And then we moved out. We have a Vuln, so we can't eat another AoE until that's gone. And then the next group's going to move in. The very last group is in 10, 11, 10, 9, 7, 8, 7. I can't count. I'm tired. All right. They're going to touch. Let's go. And limit break 3 for DPS. This DPS check is very, very tight. Again, if you have low DPS, bad gear, etc., etc. We were technically, like, I think I'm below item level for this fight. I don't really know. But things were rough. It's a rough fight for movement on Black Mage, so just give it some practice and some time, and you will surpass how I did in this video with practice, and hopefully I will too. And we end on this clean Xenoglossy. That's the fight. Hopefully that was helpful to you. I know it's a long one to sit through an entire clear video. But yeah, that's it. So hopefully that helped. I know Black Mage movement's hard here. Again, not having enough spell speed is going to make it very, very difficult to have precision on when you use your fire threes. So if you're finding that you're using too many of those like I was, probably need more spell speed, which will happen as you get gear. So hope that helped. Thanks for watching, guys, and look forward to the other content creators making much better guides than this one in the meantime. All right, see you then.